Hey everyone, welcome to Rocky Watches Movies. You think you know Flash Gordon? Think again. Today we're diving deep into the cosmic chaos of the 1980 film that became a bit of a cult classic and inspired other filmmakers. In this video we've got everything from behind the scenes secrets to hidden gems you've missed. We've got it all. So grab your ray gun and let's blast off into 20 things you never knew about Flash Gordon. A long-time admirer of the Flash Gordon comic strip and the classic film serials, George Lucas sought to bring the iconic hero to the big screen in the early 1970s. However, his attempts to acquire the rights from King Features were unsuccessful. Undeterred, Lucas embarked on his own space opera, which would become the groundbreaking Star Wars in 1977, and producer Dino De Laurentiis secured the rights to Flash Gordon. The campy tone of the film might seem familiar to fans of the 1960s Batman television series. This is no coincidence, as the film's screenwriter Lorenzo Semple Jr. was also a key writer for the campy Batman show. While Semple intended to maintain a comedic approach for Flash Gordon, producer Dino De Laurentiis had a different vision. When shown early footage, De Laurentiis' insistence on a more grounded tone helped balance the film's inherently campy elements. Casting the titular role of Flash Gordon proved to be a formidable challenge. De Laurentiis sought an actor with the charisma to inhabit a world of comic book extravagance. The unexpected solution came from an unlikely source, his mother-in-law. While watching The Dating Game, she spotted contestant Sam J. Jones and suggested he be considered for the part. Jones, a former Marine and semi-pro football player, possessed the athleticism and all-American appeal De Laurentiis wanted. After a grueling 10-month audition process, Jones was finally cast as the heroic space adventurer. Just before post-production work was to begin, Sam J. Jones became embroiled in a contractual dispute with producer De Laurentiis. With Jones unavailable for reshoots or dubbing, director Mike Hodges was forced to complete the film using a body double and a voiceover actor. Jones's absence extended beyond production, as he refused to participate in the film's promotion. This, according to Hodges, was one of the reasons for the film's disappointing box office performance of $27 million. The tumultuous circumstances surrounding Jones's departure and subsequent career path form the core of the documentary Life After Flash. Originally conceived as the first installment of a planned trilogy, the Flash Gordon film encountered significant hurdles. Issues with lead actor Sam J. Jones during post-production and the film's subsequent box office failure effectively ended any hopes for a franchise at the time. As the movie has gone on to become a bit of a cult classic, Hollywood is still interested in Flash Gordon, but whether a new film or remake gets made is anyone's guess. If you're enjoying this video, a subscribe to the channel would be out of this world. De Laurentiis originally envisioned Kurt Russell as the ideal Flash Gordon, but the actor declined the role, feeling the character lacked depth. Arnold Schwarzenegger was also considered, but ultimately passed over due to his Austrian accent, and Dennis Hopper was considered for the part of Dr. Zarkov. The visually striking costumes in Flash Gordon were the work of Oscar-winning costume and production designer Danilo Donati. His creation for Max von Sydow's character Ming the Merciless was a masterpiece of elaborate design, featuring a towering headpiece. Unfortunately, this opulent attire proved to be a bit of a practical challenge. The costume was so cumbersome that von Sydow was unable to sit down, and instead had to lie down on a board between takes. To embody the iconic Flash Gordon, Sam J. Jones dyed his dark hair blonde. His co-star went the opposite way. Melody Anderson dyed her blonde hair brown for her role. While the character of Flash Gordon was originally envisioned with blue eyes, Jones was unable to wear contact lenses. The vibrant and comedic tone of Taika Waititi's Thor Ragnarok owes a significant debt to the 1980 space opera Flash Gordon. Waititi has openly acknowledged the film as a major inspiration, aiming to capture its colour, life, energy, humour and cool music in his Marvel blockbuster. Edgar Wright also used the film as one of the visual influences for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Danilo Donati's esteemed reputation offered him a level of creative freedom that allowed him to design costumes and sets with minimal input from director Mike Hodges. He spoke no English, Hodges has said. He's absolutely brilliant, I loved him, but he really just went off, basically on his own, and he did what he wanted to do. Hodges decided it was best to improvise scenes to fit the already constructed sets, rather than attempting to influence the design process beforehand. A portion of Flash Gordon's success can be attributed to Brian Blessed's exuberant portrayal of the winged warrior Prince Vultan. The Shakespearean actor immersed himself so deeply into the character that his enthusiasm often spilled over into the filming process. During a scene depicting an attack by an army of Hawkmen on the rocket ship Ajax, Blessed's spontaneous pew pew sound effects disrupted the shoot, forcing the director to call for multiple retakes. As Blessed himself admitted in a 2020 interview, "I couldn't effing live without making noises." Despite being an eventual cornerstone of the film's success, Queen's involvement in the Flash Gordon soundtrack was initially met with skepticism from producer Dino De Laurentiis. He didn't know of the band and asked, "Who are the Queens?" It was through the efforts of his staff that Queen was ultimately brought on board. Before selecting Queen, Mike Hodges considered enlisting Pink Floyd to compose the Flash Gordon soundtrack. The director was a big fan of the band's music and even played their songs on set during filming. Before settling on Mike Hodges, known for Get Carter, the producers of Flash Gordon explored the possibility of several other filmmakers. Federico Fellini, whose work on the original comic strip during World War II had once granted him an option on the film rights. He was a prime candidate. Sergio Leone declined the project because he didn't think the script was faithful enough to the comics, while Nicholas Roeg's vision was too serious. According to Brian Blessed's autobiography, Absolute Pandemonium, he earned a relatively measly £30,000 for his role in Flash Gordon. But he had a ball shooting the movie. Blessed was a huge fan of the original Flash Gordon comics during his childhood. His favourite character was Prince Vultan, so it was a dream come true to land the role in a movie adaptation. Sam J. Jones's size presented a challenge for finding suitable stunt doubles. As a result, he performed many of his own stunts for the film. Apparently, during the time of filming, Sam J. Jones kept getting into fights. One such incident involved a massive scrape across his face, forcing him to be hospitalized. The severity of the situation prompted a dramatic intervention from producer De Laurentiis, who stormed into the hospital to ensure the doctors could fix his face and there wouldn't be a scar. In the wake of Star Wars' unprecedented success, numerous films attempted to capitalize on the space opera genre. Flash Gordon stands out as one of the few to directly recruit talent from the original blockbuster. The film's producers enlisted veteran cinematographer Gilbert Taylor, whose work on Star Wars had helped create its iconic visual style. Taylor brought his expertise to Flash Gordon, using camera techniques to achieve a hazy, dreamlike atmosphere. To coincide with the film's release, a comic book adaptation was produced, written by Bruce Jones and illustrated by the legendary Flash Gordon artist Al Williamson. Williamson was not a fan of the film due to its overall campy nature, numerous script changes, and alterations to his artwork. Brian Blessed, a recipient of the Order of the British Empire for his contributions to the arts and charity, claimed a special place for Flash Gordon in the heart of the British royal family. The actor fondly recalled the film being a holiday favourite at Buckingham Palace, often enjoyed by Queen Elizabeth II and her grandchildren. A particularly memorable encounter occurred when the Queen personally requested a reenactment of Blessed's iconic line, "Gordon's alive!" And there you have it, folks. You now know a little bit more about Flash Gordon. If you enjoyed the video, which I presume you did as you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming to Rocky Watches Movies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.